Hey guys, what's up? It's the Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite everything. And today, I almost forgot to make this video, but yeah, it's July 2nd right now, and I'm going to talk about my favorite songs, my least favorite songs, my favorite albums, my least favorite albums, my favorite movies and TV shows, and my favorite memes of the year so far. So yeah, let's go. So starting off, let's talk about my top 30 favorite songs of the year so far. Of course, I haven't listened to every single song in existence this year, but here are 30 songs that I absolutely love in the year 2020. Starting off, we have Jónsi with Swill. Jónsi is a singer from the post-rock Icelandic band Sigurós, and Swill is a surprisingly powerful but also at the same time stripped back track. Next up, we have Lido Pimienta with Nada featuring Lil Saumet. I have talked about this track, I love it a lot. Next up is Natalia Lafourcade's Hasta la Raíz, and it's the remake of that song. I think the remake is better than the original, given how emotionally potent and how raw the guitars are. Anyways, at number 27, we have Masterpiece Machine with Letting You In on a Secret. I think this track is an absolutely exciting but also eccentric track. At 26, I'm giving it to Lingua Ignota with Oh Ruthless, Great Divine Director, which is a very dark, gothic, operatic epic. Up next, I absolutely love this track, total banger. At 25, it is Denzel Curry and Kenny Beats with Diet _. I love Denzel Curry's really raspy and aggressive flows on this track. Up next, at 34, it is The Strokes with The Adults Are Talking. Absolutely fantastic opener, love the nimble bass. Up next, 23, we have Quelle, Chris, and Chris Keys with Sudden Death, which is a very relaxing, laid-back sort of track. It kind of sounds like an intro or an outro to a song, but extended, but it still sounds fantastic. Anyway, at number 22, it's Run the Jewels with Ooh La La featuring DJ Premier and Greg Nice. Love the flows, love the beats, the production is on point. And at 21, it is Charli XCX with Forever, which is a very lovely love song. At number 20, I absolutely love this track, very replayable. It is Dope Body with Sour Apple. And at 19, it is Clipping with Chapter 319, which is an 8-minute long track that is very socially conscious, where David sort of talk about the socio-political climate of America nowadays. Very relevant and great production as well. At 28, I absolutely love this track as well. I may move this track upwards. JPEGMAFIA's Bald. Yeah, just another really solid, amazing Peggy track. The flows are infectious, and even better than that in my opinion. At number 17, we have Tricot with Right Brain Left Brain. Absolutely fun, sort of Japanese math rock track. And afterwards, at 16, we have Dua Lipa's Break My Heart. Yeah, call me a mainstream pleb, but Break My Heart is a legitimately catchy and solid track that I love a lot. And at 15, it's Gorillaz' Momentary Bliss featuring Slowthai and Slaves. I love how all of these genres blend together so smoothly here. At 14, we have The Weeknd with Blinding Lights, which is legitimately the best song off of After Hours. And at 13 is Protomartyr's Michigan Hammers, which is actually tied with Process by the Boys and Warm in Heaven. But yeah, Michigan Hammers, oh my gosh, the drumming is tight. Joe Casey's masculine vocals are fantastic, and I love how flowery the guitars are. At number 12, extremely hard-hitting and nasty, it is Code Orange with You and You Alone. And at number 11, it is Idols with Mr.Motivator. At number 10, we have Yves Tumor with Gospel for a New Country. Love the intro, love the neo-soul vibe. And at number 9, it is Terrence Martin with Pig Feet featuring Denzel Curry, Daylyt, Kamasi Washington, and G Perico. It is an extremely aggressive and angry socio-politically conscious track. At number 8, It's Nothing Nowhere with Death. This emo rapper comes back in full glory with a total friggin' banger. And then afterwards we have Rina Sawayama with XS, which is very catchy, and also Fiona Apple's I Want You to Love Me. At number 5, we have Algiers with There Is No Year. I really love Algiers music, and There Is No Year, the title track, perfectly captures the urgency and the stress that I really love. At number 4, Dan Deacon's Become a Mountain, absolutely gorgeous opening to his latest album, and even more gorgeous at number 3, Perfume Genius, On the Floor, amazing, very sweet and light. At number 2, I didn't know that I was gonna love this song so much, but it's Jessie Ware with Spotlight. Absolutely sensual, but also beautiful. It's just sort of hypnotizing, mesmerizing disco pop song. My number 1 favorite song of the year, it's not even released in 2020, it's actually released in 2017, and it is HMLTD's Satan, Luella, and I. This song will make David Bowie proud if he's still here, if he's still around, because it is glam rock and art pop and post-punk in a very just awesome updated fashion. So yeah, that's my top 30 favorite songs of the year so far. For 10 of my least favorite songs of the year so far, number 10 would be 6ix9ine's Gooba. Need I say more? Number 9 is Conan Gray's Wish You Were Sober, which is your average cringy e-boy song. Up next is Florida Georgia Line's I Love My Country. Too patriotic for my taste. Up next it is Luke Gone and Lil Xan's Death to Mumble Rap 2, which is weird. I know it's supposed to be like a joke song, but Lil Xan on a track called Death to Mumble Rap 2. Kinda, yeah. Next up, we have Justin Bieber's Yummy. Of course, everybody knows it's a bad song. Moving over, Rice Gum's Contract Money Freestyle. The rapping, the singing, the instrumentals, they're all really subpar. And then up next, we have Green Day's Oh Yeah, because Oh Yeah, it's a terrible song. And then we have Dobre Brothers and Lil Pump with You Know You Lit, which is one of the cringiest tracks of the year so far. Even worse would be Sam Hunt's Young Ones, which isn't even a single, but just the hook itself. With the young ones, with the young ones. Not good. And at number 1, my least favorite song of the year so far is Machine Gun Kelly's Bloody Valentine. Yeah, she's going into a bit of a rock phase here, and damn, this song is disgusting. I mean, it's not the worst rock song ever, okay, but sheesh. He's really trying hard to, make a real edgy rock song of sorts, and it just falls flat in the face, and it just ends up sounding kind of awkward. Anyways, top 30 favorite albums of the year so far. I'll go through it really quick because I've reviewed most of the albums. Number 30, Greg Fox, Contact, which is an avant-garde drumming album, very special. And then afterwards we have Backswash with God Has Nothing to Do with This, Leave Him Out of It, a short but demonic sort of a horrorcore rap album. Up next we have Ace Moma with A New Dawn, which is a really fun and versatile drum and bass album. And then we have Dua Lipa's Future Nostalgia. Next up we have Yves Tumor with Heaven to a Tortured Mind, and then Horse Lords, The Common Task, a minimalist math rock album that I love a lot. Up next, Lido Pimienta with Miss Colombia, which is a very primal cumbia album. And then we have Moore Jewelry's True Opera, a really raw, rough, chaotic, cacophonous, no-wave noise punk album. Next is Quelle, Chris and Chris Keys with Innocent Country 2, and another collab would be Denzel Curry, Kenny Beats with Unlocked. At number 20, we have King Cruel with Man Alive, which is actually a very depressing and dreary album. Up next to Dope Body with Homebody, a mixtape styled rock album. And then finish black metal outfit Oranzi Pazuzu with Mesterin Kunsi. Up next, all the way from Kyoto, Japan, we have Tricot with Makro, pure black, which I think is absolutely criminally underrated. Afterwards, Code Orange with Underneath, a very glitchy, mechanical metalcore album, and then one of my favorite ambient albums of the year so far, Nicholas Jar with Cenizas. Afterwards, Mac Miller's very sad posthumous album, Circles, and then Fiona Apple's Fetch the Bolt Cutters, one of the most talked about albums of the year. Definitely a good album. I don't think it's that great though. Afterwards, Rat Ferreira's Purple Moonlight Pages, and then Dan Deacon's Mystic Familiar. At number 10, it is Rina Sawayama with Sawayama, one of the most solid and coherent and compelling art pop albums. Up next, at number 9, Deerhoof with Future Teenage Cave Artist. The more I listen to this album, the more I appreciate its rawness, its crazy freakiness. And number 8, The Strokes with The New Abnormal. It's just so impressive how The Strokes can still come out with such a solid and compelling album. And then at number 7, it's Laura Marling with Song for Our Children, a really beautiful, simplistic album about motherly love. And number 6, it is Against All Logic with 2017 to 2019, Nicholas Jar. He's back with another really solid micro house album. At number 5, it is Natalia Lafourcade with Un Canto por Mexico Volume 1, which is a collection of cover songs and remakes, and it's really good. It's really good. Number 4, Jeff Rosenstock's No Dream. I just love how nihilistic of a pop punk album this is. And at number 3, Black Dresses, Peaceful as Hell. Yeah, love the energy, love the vibe. Number 2, HMLTD, West of Eden, absolutely underrated, freaky, post-punk glam rock album. And at number 1, my favorite album of the year, Run the Jewels with RTJ4, banger after banger after banger, socio-politically conscious and amazing features, fantastic production, killer mic and LP with amazing chemistry. But also, let's talk about my 10 least favorite albums of the year so far. Drake, Dark Lane demo tapes, boring. Lil Yachty with Lil Bo 3, boring. Justin Bieber's Changes, yeah, still kind of boring. I mean, there are only 3 kinds of tracks on this album. One, the trap ballad, the other, a very boring guitar ballad. Up next, Joyner Lucas with ADHD, just an average trap album, below average actually. Also below average, Future's High Off Life. And at number 5, Lil Baby's My Turn, which is more mind-numbing and more boring than ever. And then up next we have Danzig Sings Elvis, which is a really horrendous Elvis Presley cover album with terrible instrumentals. And then at number 3 we have Nav with Good Intentions and Brown Boy 2, which I think is totally redundant because every single track pretty much sounds the same. Number 2, Green Day, Father of All. I think it's an absolutely just every pop punk cliche that you hate condensed into one album. But my least favorite album of the year may actually end up as my least favorite album of the year at the end of the year, and that is Sam Hunt's South Side. Truly a cringe fest of a country album. Yeah, that's all I have to say about these albums. Yep, truly a cringe fest. Not gonna lie, trap country. There are trap beats on some of these tracks, and the hooks, they are ridiculous. They are ridiculous. Alright, top 5 favorite movies of the year so far. I haven't seen all of the movies, but these 5 movies seem to be getting the best reception. I'll watch them, if I haven't watched any of these, I'll watch them sometime in the future. Number 5 is Swallow, which is a really interesting but also disturbing movie about an eating disorder. Number 4 is The King of Staten Island, which is a comedy movie starring Pete Davidson, absolutely funny. Number 3 is The Gentleman, which is a really refreshing Tarantino-inspired sort of action movie with just a lot of witty lines and fun characters and fun violence, you know. Number 2 is The Invisible Man, starring Elizabeth Moss. Yeah, it's a very common premise here. Nothing all that special, but the way it's executed, it's actually not a bad horror movie. And number 1 would be Spike Lee's Da 5 Bloods, which is definitely one of the more heavy-hearted and impactful movies. But yeah, I believe that in 5 of these movies, probably only 2 of them will end up in the top 10, or maybe in the top 20, because movies like Tenet and The French Dispatch and Dune and Black Widow, even though I don't really, I'm not really that hyped for Black Widow, but there are still tons of movies that aren't released yet. Anyways, top 5 worst movies. Fantasy Island, because come on, writer and director of Truth or Dare, by the way. Up next is Bloodshot with Vin Diesel, the king of cringe, starring. And then we have The Grudge, which is, of course, given that it is like the first movie that ever came out, it's a terrible movie, terrible horror movie. Number 2 is Doolittle, because they spent so much money to do as little as possible. And the cast is so friggin' huge, and yet nothing happens in the movie. It's all dumb jokes with no progression whatsoever. But you know what's the worst movie ever in the year so far? Artemis Fowl. Yes, it is a foul movie. Pretty foul. I didn't read the books or whatever, but apparently it's unfaithful adaptation. But not only that, nothing makes sense. And nothing happens at the same time. So, you know what kind of movie this is when you're going into it. Anyways, 4 TV shows that I think may end up in the year-end list for top 10 favorite TV shows. Money Heist, season 4. I heard that it's not as good as the first 3 seasons, but maybe it's still okay. Who knows? Tiger King, which is a documentary series which a lot of people are crazy about in the quarantine times. Dark season 3, final season. Absolutely excited about Dark. Absolutely excited. If you don't know about Dark, go watch it. It's a German TV show on Netflix about time travel. But of course, Better Call Saul season 5 is just yeah, probably my favorite season of Better Call Saul so far, tied with season 3. But season 5 is just so good, so good. Yeah. Anyways, my 15 favorite memes of the year so far. I'm just gonna go through them very quick. We have the Caterino meme, where she has like 12,000 boyfriends. And speaking of Caterino, the next meme would be simp, which is a very terrible word, but it makes for a good meme. Next one is a comically large spoon. Whenever it happens, I want to just bam. And then we have the nay n-word nay nay song, which is just crazy how such racist people can come out with music like this. Anyways, up next is A Man Has Fallen Into the River of Lego City. And then we have X Ash A12, the son of Elon Musk and Grimes. Yeah, he's probably like a machine or something. Another meme that I love is Obamium, because Obama. And then we have Martin Cabello being a real Chad, being a real bro. Cocaína. No, flower. And then afterwards we have Ice Age Baby, because he's such a nasty, disgusting baby, disgrace to the Homo sapien species. And then we have Yankee with No Brim. I just realized that I repeated Caterino. There are 2 Caterinos in my list. What happened? Anyways, Yankee with No Brim. I legit laughed out loud when I first saw the meme. Good meme. Anyways, number 4, Femboy Hooters. Who doesn't want Femboy Hooters? Either you're lying or you actually want this to happen. Femboy Hooters. Also, Goth IHOP and Tomboy Outback. But yeah, Goth IHOP is my favorite out of the bunch, with the, you know, eager Applebee's and the MILF Denny's. Goth IHOP is my favorite one out of the bunch. We need to make it happen. Anyways, at number 3 it's penis music, because it's penis music. Number 2 is random chim event. The more I see memes like this, the more I love this meme. Because one day the monkeys, the apes, they're just gonna take over the humans. It's gonna happen. Random chim event, boys. The monkey, the chimps, they have been waiting for this event for years, for decades, and one day it's gonna happen. But of course, my favorite meme of the year so far is 21st century humor. It's a whole new genre of meme. It's refreshing. It's new. It's amazing. It's crazy. It makes no sense. And again, jokes in the future, comedy in the future will be randomly generated. So, you know, 21st century humor. Here you go. So yeah, what are your favorite everything from this year so far? Comments below, and subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching. Seeing someone drink potassium dichromate out of a glass flask is not something you'd see every day. Not gonna lie. Potassium dichromate for the win.